Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you for coming back to my channel to join me in today's video where we will be working on the Cinderella Little Golden Book Journal. In yesterday's video, we took the book apart. We created the spine. We got the spine put in place, got all of that glued down. And so today we need to go through the pages and pick out and show how to keep the pages in order and intact. I did show this book yesterday on the video. This is the Frozen journal. I haven't done anything else in it yet. It's been crazy. So, but this will be completed and be in my Etsy store this weekend. But this is what we're doing today with the Cinderella journal. So I'm just going to set Frozen to the side. Okay, so we have our pages just like this from whenever we took them out of the book. And so with the way the new pages are, like the older Little Golden books, they were 2 signatures and they were held in by staples. But as you see, this is 1 single signature and it was sewn in. So the first thing that I go ahead and do is I go ahead and separate the pages. I don't cut them down to size yet. I just simply cut that perforation off. And that way it'll get my pages separated. And then I can work with them and go from there. So let me just do that. Okay. Set that to the side and set this to the side. Now the first thing you need to do is you need to get a pencil and you need to go ahead and mark your pages. And you're going to go 1, and I put it down where I know that I won't cut it off. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So that's the order that these pages need to go in our book. So the next thing is, you're probably wondering, how on earth am I going to put these single sheets of paper in there? Well, these pages are going to have a buddy. We believe in the buddy system. So let me show you what we'll do. First, let me show you some of the pages that I picked out, and then it'll just kind of flow from there. I have already gone ahead, and this is way more pages than what I'll put, but I have a stack of pages that, because I'm working on, I actually have the entire set, or a set. I don't know if it's the entire set. I have all of these princess journals that I have to do. So because I'm working in so many that are exactly the same size and all of that, I went ahead and I've got a bunch of the spines ready. I've got a bunch of the Tyvek tape ready. A bunch of papers already ready. It took a little bit of time to get it done, but it's done and I don't have to stress over it now. So it makes it a lot easier on me. I'm just trying to get these back in my box, but they may have to wait until the video's over because this is crazy. But I'll win. Okay, so on the ones that are folded over, now the book is 8 inches tall, but I like to have a little bit of room, so I cut my pages at 7 3/4 inches. So the ones that are folded over are 7 3/4 inches this way, and they're 11 inches this way. So I've got some coffee dyed paper here. This is cardstock. It's scrapbook cardstock. This is some more coffee dyed paper. Another piece of scrapbook paper. This is some glassine paper. I got some manuscript paper here. This is a Minnie Mouse like coloring book thing. This is out of a Minnie Mouse workbook. These are some Disney Princess coloring book pages. So I have several of those. This is a Frozen cartoon that I got. Here is another sheet of coloring book. And then I have some vintage pages, and these are in single pages. And so these are going to be the buddies to those other ones. And so we have all of these single pages here. And then I think we get, this is some scrapbook paper, cardstock, that's a single sheet. And then I think we have that one. Okay. So what we're going to work with right now are these. So let me set those to the side. I'm actually going to move the book because the next thing I do before I even start working with those is I go ahead and I lay out, because I have 12 pages, and so I want it to be 3 signatures. So I'm going to need 4 in each one of my stacks. So I'm going to go ahead and lay out the covers for my signature. So I think I want that to be a cover, and I want it to be cardstock. That's just my preference. I want that as a cover and that as a cover. Now I'm going to go ahead, and so I know I need pages 1, 2, 3, and 4 will go in this signature. And then 5, 6, 7, and 8 will go in this signature, and then 9 through 12 will go in this signature. So I need at least 4 sheets of the single paper in each stack. And I also try to do it to where it's not the same type sheet back to back or right beside each other in the signature. So let's go ahead and we'll hook it on to this vintage paper. We'll put one of each of these down in my stack. I think these are sturdy enough to hold it. Okay, so we've got one. Let's see here. Here's some music paper. Let's see how it is. So I think we can do that. So that makes 2. And you don't have to keep it even. I just have OCD. And then I got some, this coffee dyed music paper. So we got 3. And then I have a couple of sheets of, let's see, here's a piece of cardstock, and this is like a piece of that kind of paper. And let's see, what do we want to put? Let's just go with another one of these. So let's see, how many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have enough for each of the book pages. Ooh, this one's, oh, it's because I haven't cut the book down yet. I was like, wait a minute, something's wrong. Okay. And so now the next thing I'm going to do is I kind of disperse these pages throughout. So I'm just going to put one in each stack, you know, kind of, I want to give it a little bit of variety. So I'll do like a glassine paper. I'll do like a manuscript paper. Maybe a coffee dyed paper. I have these envelopes, these little, or sacks. These are like little glassine bags. We'll put some of those down. Let's put a coloring book page down. And then we have some of the workbook. Let me see. Let's put some more of this pretty paper here down, this glassine paper. We'll do a coffee dyed paper. And maybe this blue paper there. And we probably have way more than what we need, but you know what? Let's fill it up. And then I don't think I need that. We'll set that aside and we can use that on the next one. All right, so now we need to take our pages here, our book pages. So now that we've got the signatures kind of figured out, I'm just going to take each one of those and just tuck those pages down in it, because I really don't care what page numbers goes in what signature or where it goes right now. I just needed to make sure that I had the signatures evenly dispersed. And so I'm just going to set this to the side. Because that's done. Now I'm going to take my book pages and I need to make these need to be 5.5 inches. So what I do is I go and I look. So I do have probably 1/4 of an inch before I get to the writing on the inside. I have a little bit of a space on the edge. So let's lay this out and let's see how it falls out. Because I might have to take some off of each edge. So first thing I want to do is just look and see where 5.5 inches is. And we're going to be really, really close, so we could just about use the entire thing there. So I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to come and I'm going to take just a little bit off of that, this edge right here. And it's just enough that I don't have to worry about it cutting into any of the writing. But it's enough that I will be able to take the rest off right here without compromising the story as well. Okay. So now that part's done. Now, you can, there's a couple of different ways that you can attach these in. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are going to go here. 5, 6, 7, 8. These will go here. And then these will go in here. And this is just to keep me halfway together. Okay, now I do use washi tape to attach them, and I have, let me see if I have some blue washi, some washi that would match. These are single rolls. I think that we're probably going to just go with this. It'll be fine. You really won't see it anyway. Okay, so what I do, there's my 4 pages there. And let me go get my 4 single pages back here. Okay. And so I'm just going to attach them. And how I'm going to do that is I take my single page here, and it just all depends on how I want it in the book. It doesn't matter to me. I turn that page over to where my number is facing down. And then I'm just going to go ahead and turn this over. I think just making sure it's going the right direction if it has writing or anything on it. You know what I did not do? And I just realized that I did not turn these down to 7 3/4 inches. Nope, I did not. So that, I was wondering why it wasn't looking right. So I can just take that right off the top and it's not going to hurt anything. Yeah, man, I am not with the program today. I knew I was forgetting something and I couldn't think what it was. But that's what it was. I was forgetting to trim my pages because remember the book was originally 8 inches, but I wanted my inside signatures to be 7 3/4 inches just to give it that little wiggle room or extra space. Okay, now I can go back to what I was doing. Wow. Okay, so I take and I turn it down, and then I have this facing down. And I don't really need much space in it. You can put space there if you want to. If you don't want to, it's not a big deal. So I just put them together like that. Then I just take some washi, and I just put the washi right down the middle. And then I'm actually going to flip it over and put washi down this side as well. It just makes me feel a little bit better. And then if you're worried that your washi may not hold good enough, you can also put some glue down, just a little tiny bit of glue before you put your washi down. Okay, so there's that one. So we have page 1. So I'm just going to fold that for now and then set it to the side. Now I need to get page 2. And it doesn't always have to go on this side. You can put it on the other side. I've just found that for me, it's easier for me to just go ahead and put it on this side. And I'm a creature of habit. And so since that's what I'm accustomed to, that's just what I'm going to do. All right. And so now I just need to put my washi tape down. So you see, it's really not, it's not hard to do. Not in the least. And it makes such a pretty little journal. Oh my goodness. I love them. I absolutely love them. Just folding that. And probably what I'll do is I'll finish showing you this one signature. I don't know if we will sew it in. I guess I probably should show you guys how I sew it in and measure and stuff. It's just like how I do my envelope journals. So it's not hard at all to do. It's actually pretty easy, thankfully. I will do that. I don't know if I'll do it on camera yet or not, because I don't want to, I don't want to bore you guys, but I also don't want to not show you a step that you might have needed to see. So I don't know what to do. Okay. Last one for this signature. And this is just, and you can do this with any journal that you only have one page, but you want to add it in the journal. Just buddy it up with another page, and it'll be perfectly fine because you're not going to see them. They're not going to be beside each other in the book. So nobody's going to know if, if you just kind of like rescued the page or whatever. So don't stress over that. And even with me putting the tape down, it's fine because, and I try to get the tape in the scheme of the actual journal, just so that it doesn't stand out too bad. So, okay, so then what I do is I take, like this is my cover. And so this one here is number 4. So let me just kind of set it over to the side. This one is number 3. This one is number 1 and number 2. So I am going to put number 1 in there. And then I'm going to put a piece of this paper. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the bag in there. I'm just going to fold it, and I can cut the ends and all off later. So there goes my bag. And then we'll put number 2. And then we'll put this. And then let's put another sheet of paper. We'll put this one in there. Then we'll put number 3. And let's see, we can put this one and this one. And then now we put number 4. And then we'll put this one in. And so that signature is pretty much done. I may have to trim up some of the edges, you know, if I can't get them bent good enough, but that's it. And so it's ready to sew in. Now, when I go to sew mine in, I have made a template. And so this is what I do. I just take and I line my template up in the book. And then I just take a marker and I mark right there where I need to punch my holes. And so I am punching my holes in the same spot every time. So let me show you that. So I just line it up. I get it right there on it. And just make sure I have everything lined up there. And then I poke a hole. And go up here and do the same thing. Now how I got my template is I went in the middle of the spine, which is 1 inch, and I made the mark there. And then I went a 1/2 inch on either side of the spine and made my mark there. So there's a 1/2 inch between each signature, and then there's a 1/2 inch between the signature, each signature and the spine. Okay, and so as you can see, they're nice and lined up. And then when it comes time for me to sew my signature in, I guess you could call it cheating, I don't know, but this is how I do it. I just take that same exact template and I line it up right there in the middle. Exactly there in the middle. I make sure I have it spaced out correctly at the top and bottom. And then I just mark right down that middle. And that's all I do. And so whenever I poke my holes, I actually just keep it just like this, and I use an awl. So I guess that's it. Unless, let me just go ahead and sew this one signature in so that I'll feel better. So I'm just getting this stuff out right here. Because we'll go ahead and sew the one in. And now whenever you, excuse me, when you're sewing in a signature, you want your string to be 3 times the length of your paper there. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the string for the other 2 just so I don't have to do that all over again. I'm just cutting it there. And there, okay. And now I do like to wax my thread. Even the ones that say that they are waxed, I still like to wax it myself and make sure I have plenty of wax on it. That wax helps prevent that thread from pulling out. It keeps your knots held in there good. It's just my little security blanket for me to do that. Okay, so where's my needle? I bought some new needles the other day off of Amazon. I bought a whole tube of them. They were pretty cheap too, but I haven't even used them yet. I don't know, I'm a creature of habit. And okay, so there's that. So like I said, make sure everything's lined up. I open this up. I'm just going to take my awl and go right there on that. Then I close it back down, and as you can see, it comes right there through that spine. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And you see it'll go right through the spine. but that's why I keep it kind of folded over so that it will go through the spine. Because if you don't have it folded over, there's no telling where it'll go. It may go out the side or something like that. So just like with all of the others, I go in the middle hole. I pull through. I want to make sure that is page 1. I know it is, but I just want to make sure. Okay. I'm going to leave a tail hanging. Then I'm going to go up here through the top hole. And then I'm going to go back through the top hole on the papers, and I have let them get out of whack, but that's okay because it's not a big deal. I'll just, you know, go through and stick them on the needle rather than trying to force the needle through paper. I would rather just stick it on the paper where I know the hole is at. That's just how it works easier for me. Now you can clip your pages down so that you don't have to do this part, and sometimes I do. It just all depends. You never know with me, really, to be honest. Okay, so I'm coming out through that top hole there. I always stay on the right side of the tail, and then I'm going to go back in through that bottom hole. And then I'm going through the bottom hole on the cover and pulling it. And then I'm going to go back through the middle hole. When you go back through that middle hole, make sure that you do not poke your needle through that thread that's already there, which it looks like I did. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't. And then you want to go back up through there. And so sometimes I will like feed it onto the needle because I want to make sure that I don't go through that thread, because if you go through the thread, you're going to have a hard time tightening your journal up. So right now I'm just trying to feel, to see where it is, because it feels like it's trying to go through the thread. And I don't want that. So I'm just being patient with it. And it is wanting to go through. I see it right there. So I'm just going and pulling back out, because I'd rather pull back out and do it all over again than to go through that thread. Because I definitely don't want to go through my thread. Okay, now I'm better. So now I just need to go through the rest of the paper. And like I said, I don't get in a hurry because I don't want to rush it. And now when you bring your needle up, go on the opposite side of the thread going down the middle. Okay, and then pull your thread tight. I just want to make sure it don't feel so tight over here for some reason. You know what? I went through the thread. That's what I was telling you guys about. See that? That's where the trouble comes in, is when you do that. And I don't know if I can fix it. If I can't, I'll have to just restring it, and I'd rather do that than it staying messed up. Because that was silly of me. And the thing is, I knew I was doing it. But I might be able to fix it. I think so. Yeah. I think we're about to get it fixed, maybe. Ooh, okay. Now let's try and tighten that up. I was just showing y'all what not to do. I knew what was going on with it, but, you know, I just wanted to... I'm lying right through my teeth. Okay, so now I tighten this up really good. And then I normally leave the strings hanging until I'm done with the journal and I can figure out what I want to do with them. Sometimes I will put some charms on them hanging down. Sometimes I cut them off. I think in this one, I believe I cut them off. Yeah, I did. I cut them off. So it just all depends on what you want to do. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I will go ahead and sew the other 2 signatures in off screen. Then when we come back tomorrow, we will start doing a little bit of embellishment on it, and I should be able to show you the final version of the frozen journal. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.